Welcome to After LUTV News, where we will be discussing interesting topics on campus, in the community, and in the world of culture with our panel of LUTV News reporters. The world changed during the 2020 spring semester. The coronavirus brought the economy and life to a halt and altered the last semester of learning for college graduating seniors. On the next two After LUTV News segments, we are going to chat with LUTV News seniors to hear their COVID-19 experiences and to get their final thoughts on their time at LUTV News. Guys, we're here and we made it. How are you feeling?
Bad. It's bittersweet.
Yeah,
I'm depressed because of the fact that this wasn't what I was expecting my last semester to be. I thought I was going to be on campus, trying to struggle to go to class and stuff like that.
And now you're at home struggling to go to class.
Yeah.
True.
It's definitely not the most idyllic situation, especially when it comes to LUTV, where a lot of the best parts of LUTV were putting the shows together in person in studio. We don't get that opportunity to do that right before we graduate. It has been a learning experience, though, being able to conduct, finding different ways to tell stories. In quarantine, that was a challenge and something that may come into play later if something like this happens again. But overall, not the ending that I wanted for my college career.
Yeah, I've been involved with LUTV since I was my first semester in college, and it's odd that out of all the semesters it could have really messed things up, it was my last. So that's really kind of bitter to what's supposed to be a really good ending. But like Chandler said, we're trying to figure out ways to do what we need to do online. And I think, if anything, that looks better for us because it makes us look like we're trying to make things happen with the circumstances that we have right now. And honestly, it'll probably really benefit us in the long run.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next. I was going to say, does this kind of prepare you for where news is already headed anyway? Because news is focused a lot more on online content. You kind of have to play the role of like news journalist and videographer and editor, and you have to do this multimedia thing. You need to be multifaceted. Does this prepare you in some way for that kind of situation?
I think it does because of the simple fact that, even if there are certain situations going on in the world, you still have a job, you still have to give news out to the public. So having this kind of thing to happen to us is kind of a good thing also, because of, especially us being seniors and we're graduating, we're going to go straight into the workforce. Well, I hope so. It will be a good start to, understand how the real job is actually going to be.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Is there something that you lost in this online world of attending classes online and having to kind of regulate yourself? I'm not afraid to admit that, like, I work better in a work environment and I work better when I have someone that I know is going to be expecting me to be at work. So is it harder? Did you lose something? And if so, what'd you lose?
I lost.
Go ahead, Chandler. Go ahead.
I lost the college try. My favorite little segment to do. I could do college try where I'm eating a burger in front of the camera and be like, yum. But the best part about the college try was getting the candid reactions from my peers and getting their funny interactions with each other, as well as learning how to learning new things to eat. What's the best value for your dollar? That was a lot of fun to put together, and unfortunately, I was only able to do the one before the virus took over and we were stuck at home. So that's definitely something that I lost this last semester.
I definitely am going to miss doing everything in sports with LUTV, whether it was just a sports panel. And I was actually really looking forward to doing another sports show because we did our first one in the fall, and we were looking forward to doing one and making it even better in the spring. So I was really excited about that. But I think we kind of took advantage of, I know those long Thursday nights where we were all together all the time, that we were just driving each other crazy. I think now we're like, okay, maybe we should have taken a little bit more advantage of those moments because we didn't realize that we weren't going to see each other again for a long time.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Emily. I was most definitely going to talk about the producing nights on Thursdays. It was very stressful to do everything and all of that, but like she said, we really didn't grasp how that would have possibly been the last thing. And then Chandler even said at the end of when we were doing producing on that Friday, he was just like, this is possibly going to be our last time together doing all of this and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy and surreal that, you have to do all of this on your own because you're so kind of how you're used to doing things in a group and seeing other people and working as a team, but now it's more of doing it yourself and sending it in like an assignment, if that makes any sense.
Do you think that either yourself or even just kind of society and culture as a whole is going to be changed when all this is over? I mean, you can either speak from personal perspective or otherwise. Like, obviously, you're realizing that there were some things that you wish you had done more of, and you're thinking this is a time of isolation and a time where you kind of had to learn to live by yourself if you weren't the kind of person who was already doing that. And even people who are used to doing that aren't used to doing it in such an extreme way. So what do you think will be changed? What do you think won't be changed? Do you think it'll eventually just kind of turn back to normal and people will forget?
Well, I don't think it will. I don't think people will forget about it. I think they would acknowledge and appreciate being out more, especially the extroverted people. Same for myself. I really miss being out of the house. Like, all I do is be in the house and go to school and then work on something in the house. I don't usually go out, and it's just like, when this is over, I'm going to find something to do outside the house. It's just a more appreciation of everything outside or in your surroundings and stuff like that.
I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted with it myself because, the governor said restaurants, movie theaters, and all that can open up with 25% capacity. And part of me thinks, who's going to go so early, even at 25% capacity? Who's going to go do that, take the risk? Then I see a bunch of people, out and about anyway. So maybe people will fill those restaurants at that capacity, and who knows what'll happen. But me personally, I agree with Bree. We got to go outside. I've been going outside, exercising and all that, but going to sit down at a coffee place or go to see a movie in a theater is things that I took for granted before. And that's definitely something that I'm going to do the second that I'm able to do so.
Yeah.
Safely.
I definitely agree with the both of you. I mean, I think a hug is going to mean a little bit more to me now that after everything is done, because you don't have that physical contact with people that you usually do during this time. I mean, I've really only seen my parents and my siblings during this whole thing. Like, I haven't gotten a chance to see any of my friends or any of that. Like you said, I'd love to go to a movie theater and just sit down and really enjoy being surrounded by other people all watching the same thing that we all love to do. Just little things like that. I mean, we would appreciate more going out to eat with friends and family. Friends and family you don't usually see that often. You'll take advantage of the thing that'll change.
I've been craving foods that I have not even eaten in years just because I know that I can't have them. Is there something in your Lamar experience that you think that you missed out on, like graduation or just in general? Because it doesn't just have to be about the ongoing situation. We're having this meeting because of the isolation and the virus and outbreak, but that's not all there was to your college career. It's coming to an end whether this is going on or not. You're still graduating either way. So is there something that you enjoyed, something that you wish you'd done more of, any regrets, any happy moments that you want to share?
I was actually looking forward to the graduation ceremony, not because I was super stoked about sitting through a ceremony, but because, my family and friends supported me throughout my college career. and it was just going to be really nice to be able to celebrate with them as well as the friends that I've made. We made it, we did it, we have our diploma, and we had this big ceremony like celebrating what we did. And now we're not going to get that for a while. There's talk about it rescheduling all the way back into August, but who knows who'll still be in town to attend that, who's going to be able to go. So the graduation ceremony is a big loss for me, just because it was going to be an opportunity to celebrate one last time with the friends I've made along the way.
Yeah, I think when talking about the grand scheme of things, graduation's the biggest thing, because, I mean, going into graduation, you know exactly who's all going to be there and things like that. And with them pushing back, I mean, heck, I would love to be at the August graduation, but I don't know if I get a job, if I'm going to be able to do that. I know with some of my family members, they're not going to be able to go to my August graduation, which is really just it kind of hurts, because you work for 8 semesters to have this one thing, and now we're kind of not getting it. I mean, of course we'll get it later, but there's always things could come up and all that stuff. So I think graduation is really the biggest thing. Another thing for me is when I went to the conference tournament for men's basketball, everybody was talking about how things could get canceled and things like that. And I was like, okay, if it gets canceled, it's for our own safety. I'll be fine with it. But once I woke up and realized it was truly canceled, I didn't realize how much it was going to hurt to lose all of these things and then see the rest of the sporting events be canceled. And now we don't have sports in general. So it's a lot that you didn't realize you were going to get taken away from you.
I would honestly say the one thing that definitely changed would be, experiencing the college life one last time, if that makes any sense. I lived on campus, so I was able to, easily go to the social events around campus and things like that. So it's kind of hard and difficult and kind of messed up that we can't experience that last little bit of college life before you go into the actual real world, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. And it's an experience. College is a unique time with a unique set of situations, and so like even though there's different cultures, so it can be a somber moment. I agree. And we're out of time. I did want to mention that yes, you are also stepping out into a world that has a very poor economy right now. So jobs are hard to come by. News positions are a little different because the news never stops. But at the same time, that is a concern. But on that very happy note, thank you for watching After LUTV News, and thank you, panel. To see more content from LUTV News, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.